Illinois. I'm in Elgin, Illinois. Yep, so if you Google the Elgin Mental Hospital, Elgin State Hospital, you could see all this stuff that's reported. They were known for doing experiments on their patients, trying to find a cure for mental illness. So this is what's known as like a potter's cemetery, meaning everyone buried here either didn't have family or couldn't afford proper burial, so they were just buried here. I will walk around the cemetery, just kind of like do a little tour. I do have some ghost hunting equipment. It is going to be warmer today in Elgin than it normally is. It's supposed to get up to 60 later, but it's still in the 30s. So unfortunately, a lot of the paranormal equipment I use that you can check out on my page and my videos, I can't use it because it's still too cold. But I'll be using the Ghost Tube app, the Necrophonic, to try to communicate. It's very sad. So obviously I think all cemeteries are sad, but when you come here and you get out of your car, it's just like a wall of sadness and like despair when you like first get out. It's just, when I go ghost hunting, my primary mission, my goal, my purpose is try to give a voice to any spirits that want to communicate. And I think places like this, it's important to try to do that, because when they were alive, sadly, they weren't given a voice. They weren't treated like human beings. So I want to try to give them a voice if they want to communicate. When there are so many, out of the 974 plots, many have more than one grave in here. I did not just bring a set of flowers because I don't know like where to put it. If you watch my live Saturday morning, I went to go see The Italian's Bride. I did bring flowers there. I visited Al Capone's grave. I left a shot glass, poker chips, so I do pay respect, but a place like this, I would feel bad just leaving one little flower for 974 plots, over 1,000 buried here. It's in Elgin, Illinois. It's very hard to find. It's behind, it's hard to find. Why do you say they weren't treated like human beings? Because if you Google the Elgin, I know this is a troll comment, but I'm going to answer it anyway. If you Google the Elgin Mental Hospital, you'll see in the 50s and 60s, the doctors did experiments on the patients trying to find a cure for mental illness. The doctors did unsanctioned experiments. They tortured the patients. They abused the patients. That's why they were not treated like human beings. It's very sad. I'm in Elgin, Illinois. So everyone buried here was a patient of the hospital. Everyone buried here was a patient of the hospital. There's 974 plots, but as I said, it is reported that many of these plots have more than one body buried in them. They would just dig a hole and they would dump up to 3 to 5 bodies into each grave. And I say dumped because that's what they did. They had no respect for the patients at all. Well, I'm not using Ghost Tube yet, so when I turn it on, you could see, and then we'll see if it's the same. There's like 3 versions of Ghost Tube. The Ghost Tube Vox is a newer version. I have the older version. This is what ghost tube looks like. It has 850 words. It's a word bank. Elgin, Illinois. Hey. Apologize. All right. So I will turn my ghost tube app on and I'll start walking around. Thank you for everyone being here. I'm in Elgin, Illinois. I'm at the Hillside Cemetery. It's better known as the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. So, one of my videos... Library. Went viral, so I got a lot more likes and views than I normally get. And everyone, not everyone, but hundreds and hundreds of comments made fun of me that I'm using a JBL speaker, UBL speaker, J whatever. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to use, but... So I'm using the ghost tube app on a phone. I connected it to a speaker so you guys could hear it better. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Yep, the hospital is still up and running. They do still have patients. There's actually... so this cemetery is known to be haunted, but the grounds of the Elgin Mental Hospital is also known to be haunted. There's still abandoned buildings on the grounds. Actually, I have explored them. Last time I went there, we got kicked out. I went with my friend. We were exploring all day. It was great. And then when we walked out of one of the buildings, the police were there. They chased us. I went one way. My friend went the other way. Somehow I got out because I went through the woods. I went to the car. I'm waiting. My friend calls me and says she got caught. And if I don't come back to her, they were going to arrest her. So even though I got out, I had to go back. She was going to get arrested. And then they took our pictures and they said, our pictures of our driver's license, they said if we ever came back, we would get arrested. So, yeah, they're still abandoned. So there's a golf course over here to my right. And then, I don't know if you could see, it looks like big halo things. You probably can't see through the trees. But that's where the mental hospital is. So back where those halo silo things are is where all the abandoned buildings are. And then to the right is where the actual hospital is. And it is still up and running. And they don't do any of the stuff that they did in the 50s or 60s. So I am going to walk around. I'm going to be turning on the ghost tube app. Sorry, guys. In theory, I'll be turning on the ghost tube app. I don't know why I have like the security code on my phone. No one who's going to look at my phone. It's just me. So to communicate, I'm going to be using the ghost tube app. It's an app on a phone, and I have a speaker connected to it so you guys could hear it better. Yep, said apologize in library so far. Bless. It just said bless. Thank you. My name is Tim. I come in peace. I mean you no harm. I want to start out by saying I am so sorry for what everyone here went through, what you had to go through. You weren't treated like human beings. You weren't treated the way you should have been treated. Blacksmith. And for that, I'm very sorry. I'm here to offer you a voice if you'd like to communicate. If you don't want to communicate, that's fine too. But I'm not here to hurt you. I come with the utmost respect. I want to give you a voice. Yeah, blacksmith. So if you go, my first pin video is from a time we actually came at night. We had permission. It was a tour. It's my first pin video. My name is Tim. Are there any spirits that would like to communicate? If so, what are your names? I'm in Elgin, Illinois. I'm at the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. If you just joined, thank you. There's 900, and I believe it said 47 plots here. But the very sad thing is, it's reported that many of these graves have up to 3 to 5 people buried in them. All the people buried here... Bite? No, we don't... I don't want to get bit. All the people here were from the Elgin Mental Hospital. And the Elgin Mental Hospital is known for the horrific experiments the doctors did on the patients trying to find cures for mental illness in the 50s and 60s. I go to Bachelor Grove all the time. I have videos. We go live there all the time. Now that it's starting to get warmer, we definitely will be going back.
I can't.
You can't. So I will show you guys.
Where are you?
Where am I? I'm right here.
Not here.
Not here? Okay. What?
I'm close.
Said I'm close. Who's close? What's your name? I'm using the GhostTube app. I have a speaker attached to the app so you guys could hear what's being said. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear it. As I mentioned in one of my videos, you could see the speaker and people rip me apart because I'm using a JBL speaker, which I'm not sure what kind of speaker I'm supposed to use. So...
Dangerous. Am I a ghost?
How do you know it works? So I also got ripped apart because everyone thinks the GhostTube app or apps are fake. For me, I've gotten very specific responses from the GhostTube app. For me, people that use it, you ask questions and you wait to hear if you get a specific answer. Sometimes you hear stuff that has nothing to do with what you asked. Sometimes you get specific answers.
How do I use it? Church.
How do I use it? Church. So if you notice, so everyone buried here was from the hospital, and they were buried here because they had no family.
Who are you?
Who am I? My name is Tim. Can you tell me your name, please?
Jennifer.
It said 15, Jennifer. Jennifer. 15. Hi, Jennifer. So what I was saying was, everyone buried here...
Pagan.
Everyone buried here is from the hospital, and they were buried here because they didn't have family or they didn't have money to afford a proper burial. So you'll notice there's no birthdays. It's just the days that they died. So it said Jennifer, so I'm going to try to find a Jennifer. Jennifer, my name is Tim. Thank you for communicating with me. Elgin, Illinois, the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. It's also known as the Hillside Cemetery, but it's better known as the Elgin...
Spell 33.
Spell 33. Also, whenever I go live, I have people yelling or accusing me of being disrespectful. I am trying my hardest to walk in between...
Dining.
dining, the headstones. "15 Jennifer," and also said Jennifer 15.
Library.
Library again. It's the second time it said library. That's what I thought too. Maybe it was the age. When I was doing research, I know that they said they had built like a woman's ward onto the hospital. Confused. I'm sorry you're confused. Higher. My name is Tim, and I'm not here to hurt you, and I mean you no disrespect.
None.
I'm here to give you a voice if you'd like to communicate. I would like to hear your story. I'm so sorry for what happened to you guys. You were not treated like human beings, and I'm so sorry for that. But I would like to hear your story. I'm using the GhostTube app. That's kind of hard to see. Sun. And I have a speak. Far away. Sun is far away. Is your, well, I don't know if they might have a sun. Is your son far away? It was SON. And as you can see, I'm walking as close. These headstones are facing this way. Those are facing that way, so I'm trying to walk as close as I can to here so people can't accuse me of being disrespectful and walking on bodies. Are there any spirits that would like to communicate? If so, what are your names?
Who? Turn it off.
Turn it off? You want me to turn this off? That's the second time it said turn it off. So I'm going to switch to necrophonic. I'm going to switch to the necrophonic app for a little bit. It's also in the App Store, necrophonic. It said turn it off twice, so I don't know if it meant GhostTube, but we'll see. If it tells me to turn this off, then I will. My name is Tim. I come in peace. I'm in between headstones. I'm not on anybody. I mean no harm. He just said, "What's up?" Can you tell me your names, please? I'm not here to hurt you or disrespect you. I'm here to offer you a voice. Hi. Just said hi. What's your name? Here. Who's here? Nelson. I don't use Ghost Radar, but I assume it's similar. If anyone on here uses Ghost Radar, if you could answer if it's similar to necrophonic or GhostTube. Well, I was using the other app and it said turn it off twice, so I'm going to be respectful and try this one and see if it says turn this one off, and then I'll turn it back on. So if you look at my first pinned video, Last time I was here, we got some responses from back here, so I'm going to go back here. Are there any spirits that would like to communicate? If so, what are your names? So the ones over here are very hard to see, but I'll ask for plot numbers when I go back over there. Can you please tell me your name?
Tommy.
You sound like Tony, right? You said Tony?
Yes, sir.
So my first pin video back here is where we had the flashlights. So many. My name is Tim, and I come in peace. I'm gonna try the ghost tube app over here. So hold on 1 second, guys. So I'm trying the
Rituals. Where are you?
As soon as I turned ghost tube app on, it said rituals. Where are you? Hey, from Pennsylvania.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. My name is Tim. I come in peace. I mean you no harm. I'm here to pay respect to you guys. I'm so sorry for everything you had to go through, everything you went through. I'm here to hear your story if you want to tell me. If you're just joining me, guys, thank you. I am in Elgin, Illinois. I'm at the old Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. There are 47 plots in this cemetery. However, it's been reported that many of the graves
Hammer.
could have up to 3 to 5 bodies buried in each
Ritual
again, the second time. 3 to 5 bodies buried in each grave. In the 50s.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for telling your story. You're welcome.
When?
So in the 50s, 60s, early 70s, the doctors at the Elgin Mental Hospital did horrific, unsanctioned experiments snake on its patients, trying to find a cure for mental illness. The patients were tortured, abused. It's extremely sad. So it's reported that many of these graves have up to 3 to 5 bodies buried in each grave.
23.
23? They would just dig a hole, they would dump the bodies in there, and then fill it up. So even though there's names on the headstones, it's reported that that's not the only body that's buried there. My name is Tim, and we're right by the golf course. You see there's a lot of golf balls back here.
Peaceful.
Peaceful. I hope you feel peaceful.
Don't come in.
Don't come in. I'm not going to go back there. A couple weeks ago, last time I went in the forest, I didn't realize there was a barbed wire fence that was broken on the ground. And I still have all the... I think it just said abused. I still have all the scars that aren't even healing for some reason. That's from like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm gonna... Alright guys, sorry. It just said abused, I think, so I'm gonna make sure. Yes, it did. So I just got done talking about how the patients here were abused. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. Yep, it just said abused.
$44.
44. I'm so sorry that you guys were abused, and I'm sorry for what you went through. None of you deserved what you guys went through. Excuse me. 44. I don't get started.
Follow you. Paul.
It just said follow you fall. And I was just going to say that I just... Oh, wow. I don't know if you guys noticed, I tripped. And it just said follow you fall. Oh, paw. Okay. Sorry. Follow you paw. I thought it said fall. But it said paw. That would have been interesting and actually kind of funny if it said fall after I almost tripped. But I was going to say, I don't typically get startled by...
Missing.
Missing? Who's missing? Startled by spirits?
Witch.
Witch. Now there's no headstones back here, so I'm not walking over anybody. And I keep saying that because every time I go live, there's people that just assume that I'm being disrespectful and standing on graves or walking over them. So I try to make a point to show that I'm not. So it is very hard for me to see the screen. I don't know if you could tell. The sun is out. There's a glare. So if you're asking questions, if you send a gift, and I'm not responding, I'm not being a jerk, I do apologize. I just can't really see the screen.
I said no.
I said no.
Maybe.
Maybe? I wonder if there's anything back here.
I don't know. Stop it.
I said, I wonder if there's anything back here. I said, I don't know, stop it.
No regret.
No regret. So it's saying things in along the lines of, and obviously I don't know if this is true. I'm trying to put pieces together, puzzle pieces together, but it said abused, and the stuff it's been saying, I think would go along with gate. What people would say if sadly they are being abused. All right, I'm going to look back here.
Are you okay?
I am okay. I don't know if I'm going to be okay after I try to... yeah, maybe. Peek. I just said I want to come back here and look. It just said peek. I do want to take a peek back here, but there's those thorns again that kicked my butt 3 weeks ago. Why is there a dog bowl back here? Okay, I have to go back there now. Okay, there's no graves back here. I'm not disrespecting anything by walking back here. There's just like stuff that has piqued my interest, so I want to look. Ow. Yeah, sadly, people did.
I said no.
I said no. That's something that would be said. Sadly. Yeah, people did try to escape, and can you blame them? I mean, it's reported that the doctors did horrific experiments on them trying to find a cure for mental illness. Why is there like a dog?
Disrespectful.
Yeah, they were disrespectful. Why is there a dog dish back here? And what kind of dog is living?
Where are you?
You guys see the dog bowl back there? The blue thing? And I saw this wooden thing too, so along with being a paranormal investigator, I just love exploring abandoned things. So when I see stuff that piques my interest, I just want to go look. I'll get back to the cemetery in a minute. There's no graves back here. I'm not disrespecting anything. Wonder what those are from.
Green. Joshua.
Joshua? Those are from Joshua? There's like these hoopty.
Sing.
I can't believe I just said hoopty. Hoopty thorns. And then there's these like little thorns. Okay. Well, seeing how I just showed you guys my legs still not healed from 3 weeks ago.
Devil.
Devil, okay. I'm not going back there. Just really wanted to see what that dog bowl was. I watched too many movies, so I was anticipating maybe like Cujo. Oh, yeah.
Humiliate.
Oh, look at that. That feels good. Right in my pants and my leg. Ow, mother. Hi from Africa. Thank you for joining.
Ritual.
Ritual. The first person from Africa I've ever
Monster.
had. Monster. Thank you. Yep, I heard humiliate too. So, for those that are just joining me, thank you. My name is Tim. In the presence of others paranormal. I'm in Elgin, Illinois. The cemetery is known as Hillside, but it's better known as the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery.
Late.
Late. Late. I said for those that are just joining. And it said late. You guys got here late, it said. So the Elgin Mental Hospital, we have a bunch of new people, so that's why I'm saying this again, is sadly known because in the 50s, 60s, they would do horrific... Lock it. They would do horrific experiments on their patients, trying to find cures for mental illness. The people buried here were from the hospital, the patients. They didn't have money, they didn't have family, so that's why they were buried here. It's known as like a potter's field. Sadly, if you've been here the whole time, you've heard this a few times, I apologize, but for the people that just got here, it's reported there's 946, 47 plots here, but it's reported, sadly, many of these graves could have up to 3 to 5 bodies buried in each grave.
Rest in peace.
It just said rest in peace when I... Yes, I hope you're resting in peace. Please rest in peace.
Niece.
That's really sad. It just said that. I was talking about how poorly they were treated, and it just said rest in peace.
Megan.
Megan. Not gonna lie, I'm choked up a little.
Early.
Early. That like really hit me. Okay, sorry.
Jason.
Jason. Sorry, guys. That like really. That's like really hit me. That after talking about how abused and mistreated they were, it said rest in peace. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't care that people think this app is fake. Like, that's
Hell.
hell.
Who are they?
Okay, sorry. So up to 3 to 5 bodies is reported. It's reported up to 3 to 5 bodies are buried, could be buried in many of these graves. They really are. And if you watch my lives, like I don't get, I mean, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed that I'm getting choked up, but like that,
Maybe.
I just really felt that. My name is Tim. I come in peace. I mean you no harm. I would like your story to be told. I'm so sorry for everything that you were put through. You guys weren't... Priest. You guys weren't treated like human beings. You didn't deserve it.
Jacob.
There was nothing wrong with you guys.
Hand.
Do you want to take my hand? If you want to hold my hand, you can.
Hand.
It said hand twice. You can hold my hand if you want. I am putting it out.
Over here.
Over here. Okay, where? Back this way? Can you tell me your name, please?
I'm lost. Shiva.
Shiver. I'm lost. I'm sorry that you feel lost. How can I help you? You don't have to be lost. You don't have to stay here. You could go to the light.
I'm coming.
Okay. I'm not going anywhere. It said shiver. I thought it said Sheila too, but it said shiver, like cold. If you feel lost, someone suggested that I say this, so I'm going to. She was a medium. If you feel lost, I want you to think of, and then that's so like sad that they probably didn't have loved. Oh my gosh.
Go away.
Go away. This is hitting me today. Okay. Someone suggested that when they say lost...
Asylum.
You're supposed to have them try to think of someone that was close to them.
Behind you.
That loved them. And these guys probably didn't have that in their life.
Watching you.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to disrespect you. I come to you with the utmost love and respect. I want to give you a voice that you didn't have. We want to hear your story. We want to hear your names. That's why I'm here. Poke? I mean, I'd rather not get poked unless if it's like a friendly poke. And then
Undecided.
Do you guys hear that? It said poke, and I said I'd rather not get poked unless if it's a friendly poke, and it just said undecided. All right, we're going to look at that just so. So it just said poke. And I said I'd rather not get poked unless if it's a friendly one. And it said undecided. I'm using the ghost
Fly.
Fly. I'm using the Ghost Tube app, and it's sad that I have to say this but the headstones
Cheating.
there are facing this way. These are facing that way. I'm trying to walk as close as I can to these, so I'm not stepping over anyone.
Fire. Did.
Fire did. So one thing I have learned about GhostTube, it does say a lot of random words, no matter where you're at. Fire is one of them. For me, when I'm using an app, I completely understand that it's going to say words that don't make any sense to what I'm doing. What I try to do is listen and listen for the words that apply to where I'm at. If that makes sense.
David.
David, okay. Let's look for a David.
Heaven.
Heaven, it just said David Heaven. I'm sure David is in heaven.
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Even though you said you might want to poke me in a bad way.
Pardoned.
Pardoned. So it is also said that criminals hug. If you want to give me a hug, you can.
Stay.
Stay. You just said stay. I'm going to stay. I'm not going yet. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to give you a voice that you never had. So I'm not going yet. So I'm going to show you guys that. So it said hug and then stay. Can you please tell me your name? My name is Tim. I'm using the GhostTube app. That's that's the glare I see when I'm looking at the screen. So if I'm not answering you or thanking you for gifts, I'm really not a jerk. I just really can't see the screen all the time. So when I tell people it's the GhostTube app, people come back and say there's 3 versions. I have the original. The newer version is the GhostTube Vox, which is actually very cool. Ghostly Travels with Zach. Zach uses it. Paranormal Amy uses it. If you guys aren't
Play with me.
Play with you. Okay, what do you want to play? I have my record player. Do you want to listen to some music? So I believe... Troop. I believe the GhostTube Vox, that's a newer version. It has the same features as the original that I have. I bought the original and then I realized that there was the newer version. But I do like the Vox. It does sound really cool.
Torturer.
Torturer? That's another word I heard at another cemetery. So there are words that it's a word bank of 850 words. So it's going to say words.
Christopher.
Christopher, okay. Let's look for a Christopher. I'm heading over to, I'm going to get the record player, but it's a Christopher. So we're going to try to find a Christopher. But yeah, so I showed this earlier. As you guys could see, there's no birth dates, just the date that they passed away. And any of them.
I'm hiding.
You're hiding? You want to play hide and seek? Should I come find you? Just said I'm hiding. Where it shows you the energies, I'm not sure. I know it beeps like
hide now.
Hide now. Okay.
Bless.
Okay, so it just said I'm hiding. It said play with me. I'm hiding, hide now. So I'm going to go. It's not really. I'm going to show you guys this first, though, because this is. Christopher, play with me. And then it said, Christopher, I'm hiding. Hide now. Bless. Okay, I can't. All right, I will. There's not really many places to hide. Especially when you're... All right, I'm hiding. Are you going to come find me? So I just saw how many people are buried in the graves. I'll go back and look. It's 946.
Knock.
947 plots. But it's reported that many of the graves here have up to 3 to 5 bodies. Imprisoned. 3 to 5 bodies in each grave. If you're just joining, the Elgin Mental Hospital is known for very bad things. During the 50s, 60s, the doctors did horrific, unsanctioned experiments on their patients trying to find a cure for mental illness. They were abused, they were tortured, and then when they passed away during the experiments, they were just brought here and, sorry for my bluntness, just plopped, doomed, dropped into the graves. So it's reported that there could be up to 3 to 5 bodies in many of these graves. If you're just joining me, it said, play with me. I'm hiding, and told me to go hide. But now it's
yellow.
Maybe it just wanted to see me walk through the woods. What is this?
Over here. Shelf.
Okay, that's a doll hanging from a tree. What the? Do you guys see that? So it's hanging.
Hold.
I'm not touching it. Yeah, if people are disrespectful, don't mute them, just block. Did it want me to come back here to see this? I'm not touching it. I collect creepy haunted dolls, so I know I'm not touching it, but... Can you guys see or no? I'm not touching it.
Water.
That's a doll that someone left that's hanging from the tree. Yep, it does. It looks like a voodoo doll. Oh, that's great. It said rituals a couple times earlier. For those that have been watching, you guys remember hearing rituals? Did people do rituals in this area? And if so, why did you want me to come back here? When it said I'm hiding, what if it meant like the doll was telling me that it was hiding? Okay.
Disrespectful. What is this?
I don't know what it is. It's
man.
Creepy as hell is what it is. Why did you want me to come back here?
Lord.
Lord. Yep.
Hurting.
Hurting. Yeah, there's a rope around. It's a doll that was hanging there, but now is just chillaxing on a branch. The wind probably... Oh, it says something. I'm back. Okay. Oh, I can't read it. Can you guys make that out? All right, I have to...
Bathroom.
Bathroom. Bathroom. Did you say bathroom because people are probably crapping their pants? Okay. Okay, it says something. All right, I'm going to see what it says, and I definitely probably should not, but I'm going to. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to touch it with a stick. I have sage in the car. In my pockets, I have an antique pocket Bible, an antique crucifix. I have a bag of crystals. I have a vintage rosary. I'm not going to touch it. I just want to see what it says. Okay. Okay, it says black man. That's okay. I don't care if it's possessed. I'm taking it down. Obviously, this is racist. No. Oh my, what the? All right, I'm okay. I have a knife in the car. I'm taking it down. I don't care. I'm not leaving that up there. You want me to leave it? You don't want, I shouldn't cut it down? They obviously were racist and hung it. I don't think it should be hung. I don't want it to be hung. But as a black woman, if you're telling me I should leave it, I will respect you. My first reaction is like anger, and I want to cut it down. Yeah, I feel like half the people are saying cut it down because they want to see me get possessed. I was crying earlier. If you just joined me, I was talking about all the horrific things the patients went through, and it said rest in peace. So the comments are going so fast. The back of the doll said black man written on it. It's a black doll. Obviously some racist. I can't say what I want to say because I'm going to get... Someone hung it there to represent a black man hanging. I do not want to leave it up. But how is it racist that a black doll with the name black man on back written on it, how is that racist? Well, if you have to ask that, that says a lot, so goodbye. All right, hold on. Oh my gosh. Yep, I'm going to get my sage and I think I have something to cut it. But it's okay, so sorry. So 974 plots here. All right, guys, so I don't know what to do. That's my dilemma. Like, do they put black man on on a hanging black doll hoping that someone's going to cut it? Like, oh my gosh. Are there any like mediums in here? Don or Brett, if you're in here, do you want to like have Lizzie see if she could hop on? My initial reaction is like anger, and I want to cut it down for what it represents. But I collect haunted dolls, so I know it could be a trick and it could be a trap if I touch it, even though I just touched it with a stick. And I know many of the people who are in here are saying cut it down because they want to see something bad happen. Well, the headstones are the most basic headstones. There's no birth date on them. It's just a death date. Maybe it's a last name. Nope, it said Black. And then underneath it, it said man. It's. All right. I'm putting this down while I get in my car. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so my initial reaction is of anger that someone would put something that represents such racism, but it is a voodoo doll. So it could be a trick. I don't know. And there's another voodoo doll laying on the ground next to it. Lizzie, do you want to jump in the box? Like, and it could be a trick because it said I'm hiding. It told me to go hide, so I go hide in there, and then I see it. So something wanted me to find it. I just don't know if it's good or bad. Hey, Lizzie.
Hey, so what's going on? I just got a text message.
So I'll go over there. So I was walking. I'm getting stuff from my bag, but so I'll go over there. I was walking over there. The ghost tube said, I'm hiding, or do you want to play? Like I'm hiding. And then it told me to go hide. So I go and hide right where it told me. And there's a black voodoo doll hanging from the tree, and written on back of the head says black man. So it's
Okay.
obviously racist. My gut reaction is like anger. I want to cut it down for what it represents, but I'm also smart enough to know it could be a trick. And if I touch it, I already touched it with a stick, so this may be mute. I haven't touched it yet, but I touched it with a stick. So my feeling is it a trick? If I do touch it like it wants me to touch it, so something bad's going to happen, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go over there.
Are you still around it? Because I'm gonna ground myself real quick and then I'm just gonna connect and see what I can
Yeah, I'm
get,
going to walk
okay?
over there. I'm just getting my sage because regardless, I'll be saging. If I forgot my sage. All right, I have to put this on the tripod, guys. Sorry. Yeah, so it's over there. I'll go over there in a minute. I'm just going to try to find my sage. I thought I brought it. And if I didn't bring it, then maybe this is mute because I don't know if I would feel. Okay, I'm looking for my sage, so hold on. Oh, I got it.
Guys, demons are not that common. So everybody in here commenting demon, demons are actually not that common. It's just movies and TV shows make it seem that way. Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, I didn't say demon. I just don't know. I mean, there could be like an evil. spirit attached or an entity attached?
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to walk over there. So I have sage.
You guys are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Zach. And of course, Zach is making stupid comments.
I know, Zach, this is serious. Please don't.
Always. Mm, Hi, how's it going? I saw somebody say my name. Hi. It's moving really fast, guys. So if I don't see who said it, I'm sorry. I love you guys too.
All right, so I was over here,
Hmm.
and it said, "Do you want to play with me?" I'm hiding, and then it told me to hide. So I walk back here. And then there's this. It's a voodoo doll hanging from the tree, and written on the back it says black man. So obviously it represents racism. And my initial reaction is anger. I want to cut it down, but I don't want to cut it down if it's a trick. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another voodoo doll right here. That one doesn't say black man on back. So something obviously wanted me to come back here. I just don't know if it's good or quote, quote, bad. Wait, is that another one? Yep, there's another one. Oh, there's a
Spirit's
bunch.
initial reaction is not voodoo. It is.
Okay, so there's a bunch. There's
It's.
like a. Sorry, there's tons of them now.
It's fine. So the initial reaction that spirit gives me is it's not voodoo. It is definitely racist. And I see younger a younger boy necessarily, and I say boy like 13, 14. I feel like just doing this is a joke. I don't feel like there would be any problems with cutting it down because it isn't voodoo. I heard spirit say, just find a place of rest and just bury them and just leave them where they are there. If you wanted to do that, to just kind of reset the energy. The intentions of that was just basically racism. There
That
really is nothing voodoo behind it. I don't get any bad feelings. Spirit just said the best thing to do, if you chose to, is just find a nice place for all of them and just kind of bury them right there and just leave it.
yeah, I don't really have a
Um,
struggle, and I don't want to. So cops do patrol the area. I could just picture me freaking digging in the graveyard. Oh wait, here's another one over
Shane,
here. So there's.
Shane, with all due respect, I understand that everybody has their own opinions, but I'm just basically going off of what Spirit is telling me. It's not voodoo. If it was voodoo and he stepped on those grounds anyway, he would know, and something already bad's going to happen. So I'm telling you right now, nothing bad is going to come from cutting them down and burying them and putting them to rest. He's just resetting the energy and the karmic fields around there. Karma's always working her magic, and this is bad karma. If I was there, I would personally just take them down, put them in a box and bury them and just put them at rest. That's what I would do. Burning them does not work. If anybody really knows about voodoo and spiritualism and all this stuff, you don't burn things to get rid of it. It actually makes it worse. Um, let Mother Earth take care of it and put them back with Mother Earth. That's the best thing to do. Leaving them out, I mean, I guess that's one way of doing it, but that's not really going to help. You know, the way Tim is asking is he doesn't want to touch them and get something bad on him, and it's not. That's what he's asking. Um,
So if I cut it down and don't bury it, is that bad? Because I don't have. I have a knife, but I don't
um,
think I'm not going to be able to dig a hole.
right. I
But
mean,
I feel like I should. Like I don't. I have so much anger that someone left it here.
I think it would be okay if you gathered them and put them in one spot in particular and you just kind of left them there. But I think if you do end up coming back, I think burying them would be a really good way of resetting that energy. I feel like having that in the tree is not the best spot for it, if that makes sense. Maybe just kind of gather them all and just kind of put them near one tree and just kind of leave them for now, if you chose to do so. Nothing bad is going to come out of it, Tim, I promise. I'm
I
going to steer
trust you.
you
That's
in the
why
wrong
I just
way.
cut it down. I trust you.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hmm.
Okay, so I cut it down. So saging, you don't even think like I shouldn't sage?
No, I don't really think that there's anything evil or bad. I just think that the energy just needs to be reset, as in they just need to be put back with Mother Earth and just put at peace, you know? It's just really sad that people do these things and they think it's
Yep.
funny. It's not funny.
Like that was my I was so angry. Like I wanted to just take it down right away, just because of
Yeah,
what it represented. But I did want to make sure that it wasn't a trick, because I do collect haunted dolls, and not everything's a demon, as you said. But I think
right.
like if something is evil, it's gonna play a trick. And the fact that it told me, "Do you want to play with me?" I'm hiding. Told me to hide right in this area, like something wanted me to find it. So I'm glad that you came on, because I agree. I don't feel anything bad.
No, it's nothing bad. It's somebody being completely racist, and it's unfortunate that people do that. But guys, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm gonna let Tim choose whether he wants to touch them with his bare hands or not. Like I'm telling you, there's nothing bad on these dolls. It's nothing towards him. There's no voodoo on them. There's nothing that would cause any harm. So, if you wanted to put them in one little corner and bury them with leaves, you're fine with that. Whatever it is that you want to do to just kind of reset that energy, I feel like is a good thing. If you felt that sage would do that, that's perfectly fine. Guys, a lot of the voodoo and things that you see are all intention. So the intention you put behind things is the energy you're going to be putting out. The energy that was put into these dolls was racism and nastiness and hate. So now that we're taking care of them and putting them back in a spot, that's giving them respect. It's that makes sense. You're balancing a negative energy with a positive intention. Um, so
Of course, I start digging by it. There's roots. I'm gonna get arrested for digging in a cemetery. Watch.
yeah, right. Somebody's gonna call and be like, "There's this man putting voodoo dolls in the ground."
This creepy ass guy with a creepy beard's digging in the cemetery. Come get him.
Well, what a
It
better
says
place to put something to rest than a cemetery.
price you pay for being respectful. So is it bad if I should I bury all of them, or just this one that was? Because I don't really. Do I have to get all of them?
I
Because I
mean,
trust you 100%. I just don't know if I really want to be touching them.
you
None of
okay,
them.
so you can put them to rest at the spots that they're at if you want. If you don't want to touch them, I completely understand. I just don't know if you want to kick them over or move them over or whatever it is that you want to do, scoop them up with your bucket. Whatever it is that you want to do, that's fine. I feel that whatever comfort your level is. I would touch them, but that's me. You guys have to understand I'm meditating all the time. I'm, setting myself with good intentions, good energies, good vibes all the time. Um, how many of them are there? Is
There's
it
like
six?
6 or 7. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Because I heard
This
six.
is me.
So
This is me trusting you on. All right. So there's individual names on some of them. What
that's
the hell?
disgusting.
Okay.
Just touch the ropes. You're fine. That's that's disgusting.
Well, it's too late now. My anger for racism, I guess, is outweighing my fear of what could be attached. So, oh well.
I feel that it was maybe somebody's attempt at voodoo, but it completely failed, and it's just more out to watch these people be harmed. Spirit is not making me feel whatsoever in any way that this is voodoo or this is evil from voodoo. This is an evil from a human being. I feel like putting them to rest is the most respectful thing that we can do. And let Mother Earth take care of the rest. That's just
Like,
how it is, guys.
what's sick? I can't even say what I want to say. Like, who does this?
It's disgusting.
I thought I saw one more.
Guys, I promise you he's fine. Spirit was telling me don't touch them, they would tell me.
And I trust Lizzie, and I trust you. 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 And I trust you I mean, I didn't touch the one that was hanging that I was most concerned about. So hopefully, I don't know what the proper word is. I believe that good spirits or my intentions are going to outweigh anything that could negatively be attached to these.
Correct.
Oh my God. Obviously, this is just chance, but like I'm going to bury them and my cord got wrapped around the... Oh my gosh, Lizzie, it doesn't want me to do it.
No, it's fine.
I know I said that to be funny, even though it keeps getting wrapped around the...
I like the pink cord though. That's pretty cool.
I know, it was a pack. It came in a pack of like 6, and of course the day where I have to show my cord, I'm rocking the pink one.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's individual... Oh my God.
Guys, I
Individual
feel
names.
like everyone in here that's saying just leave them alone, that's the issue with today. When you see something, say something. When something's wrong, fix it. That's the love and energy we need to be putting out there in this world. And the fact that Tim is doing this is resetting that positive energy. Would you really want to leave something like that just sitting there? Like you're not helping the problem. You're making it worse. Does that make sense? Because you're over rationalizing a fear that's not there. Those voodoo dolls, and if they were real, they're not intended for you. They're not intended for you specifically, you know?
I'm just making sure there's no more.
I'm not saying that I'm a professional. I'm not saying that I'm the know-it-all of everything, but I'm just telling you what Spirit's telling me. And you have to do what's right. And what Tim is doing is resetting. This is really sad how many of them there are.
Yep. It's very sad.
I mean, I don't know if you can't be hurt by a voodoo doll that's intended for somebody else, but the intention of making an actual voodoo doll is of that one specific person.
I guess we're going to find out.
Tim, you're going to be fine, I promise.
I know, I trust you. That's why I did it. For all the people that are questioning Lizzie, like, I trust her and I'm the one who picked him up. So you don't need to be questioning her. Or she's not going to tell me to do it if she feels that something was going to attach or hurt me. All right, I think that might be it.
We can't just leave something and pretend it doesn't exist, because it still is a problem.
And I wouldn't be able to go home and go about my day knowing that there were some sick racist people hung a black doll and wrote black men on it. Like, I wouldn't be able to like live with myself if I didn't do something like that. No. So
Rachel, my whole life. I've been a medium my whole life. Not by choice.
as I said, oh, there's another one hidden. As I said, I trust Lizzie 100%. And also my hope and feeling is that my intentions of pureness and good are going to outweigh any negative that may be. What the? Oh my gosh.
So many of them.
Yep. There's like 8, right?
Mm-hmm. We have to stop this.
Many had individual names written on them, which is disgusting.
Yeah. We have to just love each other all the same. I just don't understand what is so hard about just loving everybody the same.
So if you just joined me, sorry,
no, it's okay.
It's like getting warmer, so now I'm like sweating. So if you just joined, I was in this area, and I'll show you guys before I bury them. I'm using the Ghost Tube app, and this is what it said. Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh, wait. Okay. So it first said, play with me. Then it said, Christopher, I'm hiding. Then it told me to hide now. It said, bless and knock.
Mm.
I was right here when it said that, when it said hide now. So I came back here, and right here, there was a black doll that looked like a voodoo doll hanging from a noose on the tree, and written on back of it, it said black, and underneath it, it said man. And then all throughout this area, there were other black dolls with individual names written on them. So I am very thankful that I accidentally knocked over my sage thing and it landed right by there. So maybe.
You know, Spirit, I feel like Spirit led you over there
Yep, I
for a
agree.
reason. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, like, either something negative or positive led me here. And I am feeling positive. Like, I don't feel any negative,
Not at all.
like, energy. I think
Mm-mm.
something wanted me to find it because they knew that I wouldn't be okay with it. And they wanted me to help, like, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that. So I'm going to look just to make sure there isn't any more over here. I'm going to turn the ghost tube app back on, see if it says anything while I'm looking.
I think saging is a very personal thing, guys. If he wants to sage, he can sage. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with extra saging, but I don't really think it's going to help in this particular situation.
And I probably will. You know, even though I may not need to, I always try to overprotect, so I may. And as I said, in my pockets, I have a vintage pocket Bible, a vintage crucifix, a vintage rosary. I got what's the David Protector pendant.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't think there's any more, thankfully.
Everything happens for a reason, guys. I just so happened to go on break for work and I got a text message that needed help. Tim was brought over to this area. There's a reason why all of this is happening today. The collective has
Find
made
me.
itself known.
I just said find me. All right, sorry guys, I'm gonna put my.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tim sages after all of his stuff anyway, so that's
Yep, I
fine.
do.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with
What
just
is
burning
that?
sage.
Are you a friend?
I am a friend.
Psychic.
Psychic, yep. And Lizzie's a medium psychic, right? That's the proper.
Yep.
All
Hello,
right, so
spirit.
I buried him.
Psychic.
Oh, said psychic twice.
Hi, spirits.
All right, so I am.
I personally cannot cut any magic or anything that's done. It would have to be done by the person that originally did it, but we're sending it back to Mother Earth and just let her take care of it and let her do her thing. That's the best advice. Mother Earth will take care of the rest, guys. Tim just put his positive intentions into it. We got rid of the negativeness and now we just let her handle it. It's very simple.
How many?
How many? I think there were like 8 of them.
Yeah. I
All right,
initially
for
heard
all the.
6, but
I think there was. To be honest, I didn't count. There was between 6 and 8.
yeah, we're just putting to rest any negative energies that were involved in this stupid attempt at voodoo. We're putting you to rest and at peace. Mother Earth, please take care of these energies, cleanse them, put them at peace, at rest. We thank you for allowing us to come over and fix this today.
This is where it was hanging.
This is so disgusting.
It is. I'm like still. I can't even.
I just don't understand what's so hard about loving each other equally.
And like what, like the mindset of like not liking someone so much that you're gonna hang something that represents such hatred. Like I can't even comprehend why.
Angel.
Just
Yeah,
said
it's
angel.
hard. Yeah.
So this is where I buried it.
Does it always make that sound?
I found out when it makes that sound, it's like something's near. Like, is it not motion, but what's it called when like the REM pod, something's by it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Killed.
So
Shopkeeper.
it said killed again. That was the third time it said.
Killed.
The fourth time it said killed.
Well, I mean, you are in a cemetery, so there's probably a few people that were killed.
Yep.
I love that glass cup. It's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. Found it at a thrift store.
Dig.
It just said
Killed.
dig killed. That's the fifth time it said killed. And
Mm-hmm.
it said dig before it.
Angel.
Angel. So I wonder if it's saying that I killed the intention of what it was supposed to be.
Possibly, yeah. It knows that you dug. Right. It's racism. It's not witchcraft. And it's sad. Racism has to stop.
And they probably used what looked like a voodoo doll,
Boston.
Boston, because it was
Killed.
killed again. Like this is sixth time it said
Mhm.
killed. And they probably used that particular voodoo doll because it was black and that's how it looked. This is where it was hanging.
Right.
Right. All right, I'm just going to stage this area. Thanks, Lizzie. If you have to go back to work, I completely.
No worries. I am going to hop off, but thank you guys so much for calling for me today to help with this. I'm really sad to see that humanity is still crappy people and they do stuff like this, but I promise you guys, Mother Earth will take care of the rest. And Tim, I will keep watching for the rest of the time. I hope you find something really cool. But thank you so much for being an amazing
Thanks, Lizzie.
person with a kind heart and doing that. That really means a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks, Lizzie.
Bye, guys. I love you.
All right. I'm just going to sage the areas where I found the stuff. I stopped counting like after 6. So there was like either 6 or 8. And I don't feel any negative energy. I don't feel anything attached. Like I feel like I don't. So, as I said, I trust Lizzie 100%. And in my mind, my hope is that my intentions of pureness and good are going to outweigh anything that may have been attached, if there was. But I trust Lizzie that there wasn't, else I wouldn't have
Emily.
picked them up. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate everyone's nice comments, but as I said, I wouldn't have been able to leave here knowing that there was such blatant attempt at racism. Like I had to do something. I couldn't leave it up. All right, so I saged. It's right here. I'll just sage it one more time. Thanks everyone for being here. This kind of took a turn, huh?
Annoying.
Annoying. What's annoying? Me or people being racist bastards? And I agree with Lizzie that I think I was led here.
Harm.
Harm? No. I'm using it on me.
Scared.
Scared? I'm not scared. You don't have to be scared either. All right. So I had got a pack from Amazon. I got a pack, so I always plug into a battery pack so my phone battery doesn't die. And
Scared.
The phone cords come in like a pack of 6. And of course, on the day where my cord's going to be showing, I'm rocking the pink cord.
Guide.
I'm man enough to rock the pink extension cord. All right. So they're done back here. Thank you for leading me back here. I just have to figure out how I'm going to carry everything.
Not.
Oops. Everything just fell out. All right. Sorry, guys. All right, I got everything one last time.
For that, your phone needs a mobile or Wi-Fi connection first.
Stomp out racism right there. All right. Make sure I got everything. There was one hanging up, and I did cut it down, and I buried. There was like 8, maybe 7, 8. I buried them all. Per Lizzie, who's a medium who I trust. Man, that was getting hot. Well, I appreciate everyone making comments that, I don't appreciate it, but I'm the one who did it. I'm the one who touched it. I'm the one who trusts what Lizzie had said, so I believe her. So if you're just joining, out of breath, sorry. It's really warm. So I was over in this area, and the Ghost Tube app said I'm hiding, told me to hide now. So I went back there and I found a black voodoo doll, and on back of its head was written "Black Man," and it was hanging by a noose. Then I looked all around, and there was 6 to 7 other black voodoo dolls. Each had an individual name. Many had an individual name written on them. So I couldn't, I was angry. I couldn't let that obvious racism stay. So cut them down and I buried them. Nope, because I agree with Lizzie. She said she felt it was like little kids or teenagers, and my gut feeling was it was probably black classmates or black people that they know. I'm not going to look up the names. I didn't memorize the names. I'm not going to look at the names. I'm done with all that tried to be back there. Why am I lying? Well, if you were here earlier, you would have saw everything. But the fact that you're so upset, I'm talking about me being upset about racism, probably says a lot. So, see ya. No, I don't think it happened. I think it was recent. They were like voodoo dolls, like you'd get at a store. I don't think they've been here for ever. I agree with what Lizzie had said. I think teenagers probably were trying to be funny and put them back there. It was obvious what they represented. It was a black doll with the name Black Man written on back of it, lynched to a tree. And if that bothers you that I cut that down, then goodbye. Yeah, it didn't look old and worn at all. It looks like they could have been put here recently. There was no like wear on them at all. Yep. Sorry guys, I'm trying to. So I'll show you guys this again. So the GhostTube app only saves the last 50 words. So it said words since, but here's some of the stuff it said. It said, I'm hiding, and it told me to hide now. I was in this area. It told me to, it said, I'm hiding. First it said, play with me. Then it said, I'm hiding, hide now. So I walked back here, and hanging from a tree was a black voodoo doll with Black Man written on back of its head. Obviously, it represented lynching. Obviously, like, I couldn't leave it there. And then I looked around, and there was like 6 to 7 more laying on the ground, and some of them had individual names written on back of the head. So I buried them, and we're done with that. All right. Well, I already did touch, so I appreciate, I do respect and appreciate people's opinions. I did touch it. I didn't feel anything negative. I wasn't, as I said a million times, I couldn't have just left and driven home with that hanging there for what it represented. So I cut it down. And I'm fine, and if something does bad happen, I have to live with it. But my intent, I feel if there was anything negative, is going to outweigh what it was trying to represent or what it was. If you think I'm an idiot and you don't agree with what I did, I respect that. You don't have to watch anymore. But I did it. It's over with. There's nothing I can do about it now. I saged after. I'm protected. I have protection on me. I'm okay. I do respect everyone's opinions, but there's nothing that can be done now about it. It's done. So I am at the Hillside Cemetery, but it's better known as the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. The Elgin Mental Hospital was built in the late 1800s, and it's actually, this is a golf course, and then back beyond the golf course is the hospital. It's still in operation now. Oh, thank you guys. Like, I feel I did the right thing, and I could live with myself knowing that I wasn't going to let what that represented stay there. I wasn't. You think I'm stupid, then you think I'm stupid. I don't, like, I respect your opinion, but I don't care. Like, I had to do what I had to do. So, it's done with, guys. Let's just move on for a little bit. So, it's getting really warm, temperature-wise. Yes, the hospital is still open. So, in the 50s and 60s, the hospital is known for, sadly, the doctors did unsanctioned, unapproved, horrific operations, treatments on the patients to try to find a cure for mental illness. The patients were abused, tortured, Trigger warning, I'm sorry. They were SA. So there's 900 and, what did it say, 74 plots here. It said that many of these graves have up to 3 to 5 bodies buried in each one. The people at the hospital at the time had such a disregard for the patients that they would bury 3 to 5 in one grave, and there would only be one name on the grave. And if you notice, none of the graves, well, some over there, but majority of the graves don't have a birth date. They just have the date that they died. If you want to look it up, it's a sad, sad story. It's the Elgin Mental Hospital. If you were here earlier, I am not ashamed to say I got emotional. I was talking about the horrific things that went on, and the GhostTube app said rest in peace. A lot of horrible things happened to those that are buried here. This is known as like a potter's cemetery, a potter's graves. The people here didn't have family, they didn't have money, so that's why they were buried here. But these are the patients from the mental hospital. I don't feel like I respect what you're saying, and I don't feel that there are missing people. I feel that teenagers were trying to be whatever, and they hung them there. That's all it was. And I joked my fear of burying them was like I'm going to be arrested for digging in a cemetery. Pauper's graveyard, thank you. That's a better way of saying it. So obviously the horrific things that happened no longer happen in today's age. It's I don't know how many patients it services, but it is still, it's open to this day. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me. I believed it was closed down for a while and then it reopened after they found out everything that was happening. I believe I read that. I don't know for sure, but it is open now. The grounds of the hospital are also said to be haunted. There's many abandoned buildings in back of the main hospital that's still being used. I actually have explored those buildings, but the last time there, my friend and I were exploring, and the police came, so we both ran in different directions, and somehow I'm the one who got away. She got caught. I'm waiting by the car. She calls me and says, the police caught her, and they're saying if I don't go to where they are, then she'll get arrested. So even though I made it out, I had to go back, and they took pictures of our driver's license, and they said if we're any time ever caught on the grounds again, we will be arrested. So I can't go back there. This isn't the grounds. This is a public cemetery. It is open from dusk to dawn. So I'm not trespassing here. It's very sad. And like I said, if you guys want to look, it's Hillside Cemetery, but it's known as the Elgin Mental Hospital Cemetery. Now it says 974 individuals. So there's 974 graves. But as I said, and they're not going to put this on the sign, but it's been reported that many of the graves could have up to 3 to 5 bodies in each grave because they had no regard for human life. They had no regard for them. The patients, some were criminals. They didn't have family. They didn't have any loved ones. They didn't have any money, so they were just put here. Yeah, well, it's a state-run mental hospital, so they're not going to give me permission. I'm a lot more cautious. That was many years ago. I do explore still, but I am a lot more cautious. Back in those days, that experience kind of woke me up a little. Because I didn't really process at the time. It's a like state, federal run hospital. So it's a pretty serious offense if you're trespassing on grounds. So. All right, so I am going to turn on the ghost tube app. I'm just going to walk around for a little bit. I'm going to stop pretty soon. I've been going a couple hours. What happened earlier was very intense. But I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you for your opinion. Big Mof 1. I'm in Illinois, Elgin, Illinois. I mean, it's supposed to be, I kind of looked again just to get brushed up on the history. It's maintained by the city of Elgin. When I've come in the summer, I do come here a lot. In the summer, there are a lot more flowers and stuff. Saturday, the temperature was 7 below zero. Today, it's supposed to get up into the 60s. Yep, so earlier, I was over here, and the Ghost Tube app said, do you want to play with me or play with me? I'm hiding. And then it told me to hide. So I went into the little brush over there. And when I was over there, there was a black voodoo doll hanging from the tree, and written on back of its head, it said Black Man. So obviously someone put it there to symbolize lynching. I looked around and there was probably 6 or 7 other black dolls laying on the ground. Some had individual names. I had my friend Lizzie, who's a medium, come in. She didn't think it was voodoo. She thought, like as I did, it was just some people being racist that I couldn't live with myself leaving it there. So I cut them down and I buried them back by the tree. And people are still saying that was a mistake and I was dumb and I'm possessed or I'm attached. I respect everyone's opinion, but I did it. It's over with. I have to live with the consequences if there are any. I don't think there's going to be any. I didn't feel anything negative. Lizzie, who I trust, didn't feel anything negative. I just think it was people trying to be ignorant and racist. It wasn't anything voodoo or demon or devil. Yep, Elgin, Illinois. There have been times when I've been live and I've been investigating and I've felt attacked. I've felt a negative energy. I don't feel anything like that at all. I actually feel kind of like at peace. I do feel that something led me to that area. At the time, before I talked to Lizzie, I didn't know if it was like something evil or something positive. But I do feel, since the Ghost Tube app said I'm hiding, hide now, and then where I go hide, I find it, it wanted me to find it. And once again, for everyone saying that I was stupid, I shouldn't have done it, I did it. There's nothing that can be done about it now. I feel fine. As I said a bunch of times, I could not, regardless if there was something attached to it, I couldn't have packed up and driven away knowing that such racism, like I couldn't live with myself knowing if I left that up. Like, it wasn't okay. So I had to cut it down. And if there's consequences, I have to live with them. But as I said, I don't think there will be. And I believe that my intent of good and pure doing the right thing is going to outweigh any negative that may have been attached to that. Yep, it said ritual a bunch of times. So I don't think it was like put there. It was a voodoo doll, but I think it was used because it was black and they were symbolizing lynching, which I couldn't live with myself driving away when something like that was there. I had to cut it down. So I appreciate everyone. I respect everyone's opinion, but it's done with. So. And, you know, people are saying I should call the cops, and they think it might be a serial killer. And as much as I love scary movies, I don't think it was a serial killer. As Lizzie said, and I think it was probably just teenagers, either trying to be funny, or the names, I don't think it's funny, obviously I cut it down. They were trying to be funny. The names written on there, what I'm assuming was probably people that they knew. So I buried it, I saged, it's all done. All right, I'm going to turn the ghost tube on for a little bit. Okay, so I'm using the ghost tube app.
Institution.
Just said institution. And the people that were buried here were from an institution. Yeah, it said Olga was... Fight. Olga was one of the names, and she left, but I'm not. No, guys, I buried it. I'm not going to take it to the cops.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I think it was just, I don't think a serial killer... Blood. I don't think a serial killer would hide voodoo dolls in a... I don't know. Oh, thank you. I don't think it's very respectful to ask about what meds they were on. So these headstones, I just want to point out, I'm not walking, the headstones are facing this way. I'm walking as close to this side as possible. They're going that way. Now I'm walking in between. I will try to find some of the headstones. It's basement. It's a lot harder to see names, but over here, there's some more clear ones. The sad thing, one of the sad things is that there's no birth dates on any of these. They're just the day that they died. I'm walking in between the headstone. Angel. In between the headstones, so people... So yeah, so see.
Caution. Man.
It's just the dates that they died. Caution, man. There's no birth dates. Yeah, please, guys, let's move on from the dolls. There's nothing I could do about it now. And then if you were here earlier... Murdered. I was over here...
More. In danger.
In danger? Who's in danger?
Old. Boat.
Elgin, Illinois. Yeah, so see, sadly, it's just the days that they were born. My name is Tim, and I come in peace.
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm right here. What the... I'm using the Ghost Tube app. I have a speaker attached so you guys could hear what it's saying. The GhostTube app has a word bank of 850 words.
Marie.
Marie. It just said Marie. Marie, my name is Tim. I'm in Elgin, Illinois. I'm using the Ghost...
Leave it.
Leave it? Okay. I'm using the GhostTube app. It just said leave it, I think. All right, guys. I'm actually going to call it for the day. It just said leave it. Still processing what happened earlier. Everyone, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, the interaction, the gifts, everything.
Invisible.
Invisible. They don't have... Some of them have, like, numbers. Like 630, that's 631. And then some of them that they don't have names, they just have numbers.
Flight.
Fright. They have numbers on the back. It says 578. Yep, so thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I feel fine, honestly. I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.